Hi everybody, it's great to be back here at Music Matters, and congratulations to the whole branded team for being 18 years old. I can't quite believe that. This is my second year as Managing Director of YouTube Music Asia Pacific, and we continue, my team and myself and the global team continue to contribute positively to the whole music ecosystem. Now, our raison d'etre here is to ensure that we're building tools and we're delivering a great experience for our users. We set out on a big audacious goal to be the #1 revenue contributor to the music industry. And I'm delighted to say that we are getting there. Thank you. We have reached, and we announced not that long ago, that we are 80 million subscribers in on our music and premium service. We have contributed $6 billion to the music industry, and 30% of that is coming from UGC content. It's worth noting as well that we are the only platform that continues and focuses to monetize on every audio and every video format. We also are living in a world now that is not just about one format. This is a multi-format world that we live in. And I'm delighted that joining me on stage today is someone who is the perfect exponent of that format. 2 billion users are logged in every month watching shorts. That's a huge number. So, before I invite our esteemed guest on stage today, and this is an absolute thrill and an honor, I'd like to let you see a few moments of Zack in action. Please, run the video. Ladies and gentlemen, with over 2 million subscribers and 1.2 billion views on YouTube, please give it up for Zack Tabudlo.
Great. How's it going?
Good to see you, man.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. Hello.
So welcome to Music Matters.
Thank you so much. It's an honor.
This is great to have you here. I've been so looking forward to this. Mm-hmm. So you look fresh, but you got off a plane today. In fact, you got off a plane a few hours ago.
Yeah, just a few hours ago. I was in a show back in the Philippines. The show ended around 11 p.m. Had to go to the airport by 2 a.m. Had to fly over and stuff. And yeah, everything sounds good. Yeah.
So what were you doing? So tell us about the gig that you were performing at.
Yeah, so there was an artist, his name was Bilkin and PP Crit. They're from Thailand. They're really big artists. They came over to the Philippines to do a show. I basically did a guesting with them. And we did a collaboration a few years back. And we got to do it physically this time, because like before, we all did it pre-pandemic. And so everything was in lockdown. We did everything basically online, so first time meeting him.
Incredible. So look, you've got a huge fan base, and we see that, on our platform. Tell us something that your fans don't know about.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of things that they don't know about me. I do mixed martial arts sometimes.
Martial arts,
yeah,
really?
That's a sport.
Are you good?
I guess so. My family fights. My uncles are are part of like URCC, like a big fighting company in the Philippines. They were part of that. I do skateboarding as well sometimes. Skateboarding.
It all sounds very dangerous.
Pretty athletic.
So tell us a little bit about what you're working on at the moment.
Yeah, I've basically just been making music. I'm on tour actually at the moment. I'm doing a kind of a small tour in Southeast Asia, and then I also have a tour in the Philippines running at the moment at the same time. So it's like a back and forth. A few weeks ago, I was in Thailand to do a showcase with a bunch of artists. That was pretty fun as well. It was my first time performing there, and like it was pretty sick. Cause like when I started off this whole music thing, we kind of just foresaw a bit of like an audience full of Filipino, and this is just really heartwarming to see everyone Thai and like championing the song and stuff, and everything was in the Filipino language as well. They were singing it all together, which was a crazy moment for me.
Fantastic. So am I right in saying that you are now certified, and this is hot off the press, platinum in Thailand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that deserves a round of applause.
Crazy. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Yeah, when I was there, they gave me a plaque. I had like 250 million plus streams just by Thai people, by like the Thailand country, which is really crazy. Yeah.
So, okay, I want to talk about your musical journey a little later, as it relates, obviously, to YouTube. But tell me, what's been the 2023 highlight?
Well, I've been releasing a bunch of songs. Did a bunch of music videos as well for this year. But I think the highlight for me was one of my recent releases, which was the song Gusto. It was a collaboration with my boy Al James. He's a rapper based in the Philippines. He's like one of the top rappers in there as well. We got to make a song. It wasn't really in the plan. It was like really out of nowhere. I thought of an idea. I was like, I need to make a pop song that kind of had a rap in it. Like it was kind of like my dream to do a rap song, a hip hop song. Because like I started off producing music and making music for hip hop artists back then in LA. And now doing it in my own style and in Filipino, that was kind of like the goal. And then after a week, I sent a demo to Al James. He sent it over for like just 2 days. Got to finish the track for another week and then sent it to the label. It's out now, and it was like one of the #1 songs again in the Philippines. And then the music video on YouTube got over like 30 million.
Gosh, these are big numbers.
Really crazy. Yeah,
big
for just
numbers.
like 2 months. Crazy stuff.
I think we should just stop at every sentence and applaud you for these stats. It's amazing. So look, tell me a little bit about your journey, how it all started, and how it started on YouTube. I'm always fascinated with these stories about how people get started and what the platform does for you.
Yeah, it was a pretty rough road for me because like I kind of started just making music and just performing with family basically, because like singing and like music in general is such a big culture in the Philippines. Everyone basically sings in the Philippines. It's that crazy because like everyone has their karaoke bars. Yeah, they're pretty crazy with it. But with me, I started off just singing for my family, and then a few years after, I was like 9 years old, 10 years old. My grandmother was the one who really pushed me into joining competitions on TV. My dad wasn't a big fan of it because like he was back in college. He had a band. Like the culture back then when it comes to bands were really wild, and so like having that influence and like hearing that from my grandmother, he was like, no way, that's not gonna happen. A few years later, I got in like competitions like The Voice Kids in the Philippines. That's how it kind of started for me. But then after the competition, my music wasn't really doing anything. It was more of the competition. It ended, and then I just started off just being a normal kid again. And then back in like high school, I started writing my own stuff. Nothing was really happening. It was just more of a personal thing. Tried to like shoot my shot with like girls and stuff. Didn't really work out. Got dumped a bunch of times. And just a few years after, I started doing covers on YouTube. And that's how it kind of started for me. Like YouTube gave me a platform where I kind of had my home every time I made music. It's like I was a really weird kid. It's like I was super addicted to making music and producing my own music, and no one understood what was going through my head. Like every time we would talk about normal stuff, I would be like, I just finished the song in like 2 minutes. And they're like, shut up, dude. It was always like that, and I didn't have too much friends growing up as well. And so having a childhood with just music around me and having a platform like YouTube gave me like really big confidence into just making music and just being who I am.
And tell me, so your dad, when he was performing, he obviously didn't have YouTube, but you have this. At what point did you realize in your growth journey that YouTube was kind of central to how your career was going to develop and how you could get it out there and reach audiences that you never knew you had, fans that you never knew you had?
Honestly, it wasn't like there wasn't any intention of me trying to gain fans when I started off like doing covers on YouTube. It was just me enjoying the platform because like I didn't know where to put my songs in, like the covers that I was doing. I was a really big fan of a cover artist and an artist. His name is William Singe. He would like do loops and stuff, and he would like produce all of his music and his cover songs, put a very different taste in it, and then having to like see these Legos of piling up music one by one, and that's how I kind of got the knowledge of producing music. And so when I got into the whole YouTube thing, it wasn't there wasn't any intention of me trying to like reach out to people. It was more of me and having to come from me mentally and like how I felt like I had friends when it comes to making music, and then having people view all of the covers and just people out of nowhere just commenting, we love your covers from Thailand, from Malaysia, and from the US as well. And that's how it kind of started for me with YouTube.
And so I'm curious, YouTube has obviously evolved with time, and now we're talking, now we have shorts as a format within the YouTube ecosystem. 50 billion daily views from shorts now. Tell me, how are you using shorts? How does it help you? What do you use it for?
Yeah, it's. I feel like shorts have been a very interactive part of me and in terms of the fans that I have now. Back then, I didn't have any platform to kind of connect with them because like there was a bunch of them when they were getting a bit out there. I didn't know how to like really connect with them, and in terms of like outside of music, I got to create content using shorts of me just doing random things sometimes, just dancing. I don't dance, by the way, so if you guys see the shorts and stuff, I don't dance. And that's how I made my content. It's just by interacting with them. I would release some teasers of the music videos that I had upcoming, some like shorts of favorite parts of mine in like certain music videos and like live performances that I had, and that's where they get notified. That's where I kind of see how they enjoyed some parts of me outside of the music thing, and at the same time with music as well. So yeah.
Shorts it's that kind of format that lends itself to cutting room floor content, material, and because fans want to know everything about the artists. Are there other things that you would consider posting on shorts with respect to, your fans getting to know you more? I mean, I don't know. Are there other examples of stuff that you've posted?
Well, it's shorts and these types of like platforms and like videos, like second videos, have been such a big thing, and especially for us Gen Zs, we've been just making random content with it, and that's how we kind of connect nowadays. It's just bringing smiles to like random people, just doing content, like lip syncing a song, lip syncing my own songs, doing funny dances, and just doing pranks with like people. That's the generation now. That's what we enjoy. That's what everyone enjoys nowadays. And yeah, it's all just all just fun and happiness when it comes to.
And of course, it's
making
not just
content.
about shorts, though. It's, long form
Yeah,
is obviously integral to the ecosystem and to your strategy.
for sure.
So talk to me a little bit about the interplay between shorts and long form and the consideration that you might have between both.
Yeah, in terms of it, it's really helped me in terms of the algorithm and how I can connect with just the people in general, with everyone who's like been listening to me. For the past couple of years, I've been gaining a lot of listeners with like all the platforms that I've been releasing my music with, and seeing how people in the different parts of the world and how they engage with the shorts and just YouTube in general. We see the growth in these platforms. And so that's how I kind of see it, like really long form.
And you've played, I mean, you experiment quite a lot with the formats anyway. I find that fascinating. The episodic music video, for example, you've manifested that across the service. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the episode series, it's basically my album, like my debut album, which was an album called Episode. It had 12 tracks, and then we basically made 12 episodes, all connected to each other. And it was kind of like a multiverse going around. So like in episode 1, there would be a couple, I think, breaking up. And then in episode 2, it has some connections with it. We would do Easter eggs in the music videos.
Brilliant.
And it's all just a bunch of stories of like different scenarios with like real life stories about breakup, friends, and just basically everything about life. And we all just came up with the idea of just connecting all of them together. And that's how everyone got really into the music more, actually. It's the story, and it's how all of these songs were driven into one piece, and it's all just comes together.
And again, another great example of the multi-format approach here. I've been taking, I think everybody can see some examples here that's running in the background. We know that YouTube itself is just one fertile ground, a wonderful arena for collaboration. And you've collaborated with quite a few artists. So Tiara Andini from Indonesia, Yoni Boy from Malaysia, and Al James. I mean, look, just to name a few. I love collaborations. How do these come about? How do you choose who you work with? And talk to me about, the future.
Yeah, it's really cool to collaborate nowadays, because like basically the sky's the limit. It's the online platform, and what we were given as musicians is really powerful nowadays, that no matter where you are in this world, you can literally make music. You can literally collaborate with anyone. Honestly, I don't know these people before. We all got connected online. We all got connected because of the music. Some of them don't really speak fluent English, but it's just the power of just making music and just connecting because of it. For example, like Tiara Andini, she's such a big artist in Indonesia. Got to meet her because of the team in Indonesia. Got to like connect with everything. They were like, how are we gonna do the songs, the music video? This one's really fascinating because like we did a music video, but we haven't really met in person during that time. And so the concept was being in different parts of the world, but having this connection. There's just this border, and how everything is kind of similar with what we do. It's basically long distance relationship. And we kind of pushed through with that concept, and it's such a beautiful concept. It doesn't matter where she was. We pushed through with it. The song came out really beautiful, and everything just worked well with that.
Fantastic. So, sorry, forgive me for asking this question. It's a bit like, who would you have at the dining room table? You could invite guests. Who would your most exciting collaborator? Who do you want to collaborate with? Who would your dream collaborator be?
Sick. Do you sing?
No.
I'll get you first. I can't think of the three.
I'll be on the piano.
Let's go.
But that can't be your dream.
I was telling him he looks like Hugh Grant, right? Y'all can see, right?
Let's move on, Zach.
I'll go for probably Shawn Mendes, because like he's
Okay,
been
cool.
such a big influence with my music. Lainey as well. They've been a big inspiration with me, like in terms of writing lyrics and production. Started off making music because of Ed Sheeran, so yeah, probably the three of them.
Not a bad trio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, you can park me. Listen, we're obsessed with building tools and improving tools, you know, whether it be discovery, but also for analytics that allows you to drill into the data and really derive important information that then determines, you know, perhaps where you tour. Tell me a little bit about how you and your team uses data.
There's always like meetings and stuff in terms of like the algorithms of how everything works. It's really important. I mean, despite of like the feel of it and like the personal things that I create and just release for the people, it's always just really smart as well to like look at algorithms and how people can see the releases of the music. And so having my team around me, looking at algorithms, it's really important to see like when is the perfect time to do these types of contents. So it doesn't matter if it's in shorts or like just the music videos or music in general. There's always like downtimes with people. Personally, we saw that some of my fans love me releasing music on Fridays, especially at night. That's like one thing about my fans. So it's just really important to like look at that aspect of like the ratio and stuff.
It's amazing. I think the power of data that allows you to identify exactly when everyone's staying up around the world and tune in to all of that. Listen, you've done an amazing job also with engaging with your fans, live chat, community posts, etc. Tell us more a little bit about that. What does that mean to you? What does it mean to your fans? And how far do you want to lean into that?
It means the world to me because, like I said, there's different people who listen to my music in basically all the parts of the world. I don't have the power to like really connect with them all at the same time, and so with this platform, like doing lives and stuff on YouTube and again doing these contents, gave me like a way of connecting with these people. There's obviously some language barriers from time to time. I see some fans messaging me in Thai, some in Chinese, some in Spanish as well, which I have no idea what they're telling me, but hopefully it's positive. But yeah, it's they've been connecting with me with these types of content and how I can reach out to them with these live streams. And YouTube has done that for all of us, basically, content creators.
Just curious, where's your, outside of Southeast Asia, where's your biggest fan base? And which territory do you really love tour? I know you've got a US tour coming up.
Yeah.
Tell me.
I feel like the warmest, I really love Thailand, because like I was there just last week, I think. And they're very warm. Again, it was really weird for me and it was really cool at the same time. My dad and I were crying after like that whole session. I got to meet some Thai fans. Everyone was Thai and we were like, no way there's no Filipinos in here. They were singing Pano, like in full Tagalog, full Filipino language. And so probably Thailand is probably my favorite so far.
So look, Zack, we can't end this conversation without at least referencing Gen AI. It's rapidly changing the music landscape. We're already seeing it, you know, the manifestations of early Gen AI in the marketplace now. What does Gen AI mean to you?
I feel like Gen AI has always been there, at least for me personally. Making music with basically the DAWs and like all the softwares that I've been using. Ever since then, I think AI, artificial intelligence, was always there to like really help and like have everything like really be fast paced, especially with like deadlines and stuff. back then, like years ago, when people were recording music, everything was on tape. Once you make a mistake, you do it all over again. And now we have DAW, digital audio workstations, where you can edit, you can undo stuff. There's a shortcut key in Ableton. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Ableton, but there's a quantize feature where if you click Command J, Command U, completely forgot. I swear I'm a producer. When you click that, everything fixes everything for you. So it doesn't matter if you were super out of tempo with a guitar. That AI can work for you, and it's been there for years. And that's just one example with so much features in audio workstations and just softwares in general. And I feel like there's always just a sense of responsibility in how you can use these things, these features, and basically Gen AI. When you make music, exactly what I just said with the quantize thing, when you do MIDI and you quantize everything, even though you've been making mistakes in the whole take, it doesn't feel natural. It doesn't have that emotional feel into making the music or making the element. And so sometimes it's really nice to leave some of the dirt in it. And so that's what makes it human. So I feel like music still, and Gen AI obviously is really powerful, but at the same time, Gen AI and music wouldn't be music without the humans.
Yeah, I think
so. It's such a powerful thing to combine Gen AI and the knowledge of humans and musicians and artists and producers, and in general, just musicians all over the world, to have this platform and have such a powerful tool to,
And I think the word
music.
that you used, responsibility, I think is very key. As you know, we made an announcement a couple of weeks ago between Universal Music and ourselves here at YouTube. And this announcement was really centered around the rules of engagement, the principles in how the creative community is going to come together with tech. And responsibility is at the core of that. I think this opens up huge opportunity on the creative process, but I think it's also got to be done responsibly. It's also got to be done with some consent here. And the amount of time, and I should say this, that we as a company have invested in our trust and safety, our content ID system as well, we need to ensure that this is scaled to accommodate all of the changes in the scope of what Gen AI ultimately will deliver. So from that perspective, I think it's very important. Tech and music has always had it's not always been plain sailing. But I think in 2023, the work that we've done with Universal really anchors around what are the core principles that we should really think about what the rules of engagement are. So I think responsibility is at the core. We also, in this announcement, talked about our Gen AI incubator program, where a few high-profile artists are joining us. And the mic drop moment I'd like to share here today as well is that Zack is joining our Gen AI incubator program. I'm very excited about that. It's one of the first non-US artists. Please, round of applause.
Thank you so much. Crazy.
So we'll be giving Zack obviously a voice, but also very early feedback into the work that we are going to be doing in this space. So the artist's voice is very important, and I'm delighted that Zack, that you're going to be part of this program. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an absolute delight. I want you to put your hands together and give it up for Zack Tabudlo.
Thank you so much.